Sunandananda Uchatuhu Goporajan Subhadram Te Vacham no Vahita Shunu Yapancha Vrasha Tapasha Bhavan Devam Atitrapat Sunandananda Uchatuhu. Sunanda and Nanda said, Goporajan, O dear king, Subhadram, good fortune, te, unto you, Vacham, words, Naha, our, Avahitaha, attentively, Shunu, hear, Yaha, who, Panchavarshaha, 5 years old, Tapasha, by austerity, Bhavan, you, Devam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Atitrapat, greatly satisfied. Translation: Nanda and Sunanda, the two confidential associates of Lord Vishnu, said, Dear King, let there be all good fortune unto you. Please attentively hear what we shall say. When you were only 5 years old, you underwent severe austerities and you thereby greatly satisfied the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Please respond. Nanda and Sunanda, the two confidential associates of Lord Vishnu, said, Dear King, let there be good fortune unto you. Please attentively hear what we shall say. When you were only 5 years old, you underwent severe austerities and you thereby greatly satisfied the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport by Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Is the Facebook thing working? What was possible for Guru Maharaj is possible for everyone. And any 5-year-old child can be trained, and within a very short time in his life, he will become successful by realization of Krishna consciousness. Unfortunately, this training is lacking all over the world. It is necessary for the leaders of the Krishna conscious movement to start educational institutions in different parts of the world to train children starting at the age of 5 years, that such children will not become hippies or spoiled children of society. Rather, they can all become devotees of the Lord. The face of the world will then change automatically. I think you didn't silence all that. The sound. This sound we don't do switch off. Is it okay live? Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnanam Jnana Shalakaya Chakshvadan Militam Jnana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Satvitam Jnana Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamam Didati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sikajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivim Shadvitam Shavadutam Parajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Shya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shavano Sutta Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Dinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschati Tisatharine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is a very important verse today. This shows how important and relevant spiritual education is compared to material education. Now today the emphasis is on material education. Material education is basically on these four categories. What is that? Yes. Where is that? I think it is in the... You have to take in this. Only in that book. I have to take this first. Huh? Huh? SSR. SSR what? There's another book, you know. SSR is not here. Is there in the, some other, you know, there's one place it is there. It's always in some... there's one book that is there. Ahara Nidra Bhayamaituna. I don't know where I saved it. Mm-hmm. Where? It's not in the regular book. There's one small book, you know. Can't get SSRE. Silliness.
Universal
What
discovery.
is the book called?
Universal discovery.
Journey Discovery. This is where I kept it here.
Very fast.
Ahara nidra bhayamaitunam cha samanyam etat pasubir nanam dharmo hetesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pasubir samanyam. See? So translation, eating, sleeping, sex, defense, these are the four principles that are common to both human being and animal. The distinction between human life and animal life is that a man can search after God but an animal cannot. That is the difference. See the point? So our material education is basically based on these four subjects. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. This is called, there's two kinds of knowledge. One is Paravidya, another one is called Aparavidya. So Paravidya means knowledge which is transcendental, whereas Aparavidya means material knowledge. You follow? So to get material knowledge, of course you have to study, go to school. This is material knowledge. But material knowledge cannot give you spiritual success. It's not possible. You cannot get to do material knowledge and expect to become successful spiritually. That's a two different dimension altogether. You follow? Spiritual knowledge can be only obtained by the mercy of a pure devotee. It cannot be obtained by any other means. You follow this point? That we have discussed many times. You see here, anadi avidya yuktasya purushatma vedanam svatona sambhavadam jnanam been covered by ignorance since time immemorial is not capable of affecting his own self-realization. There must be some other personality who is in fact factual knowledge of the absolute truth and can impart this knowledge to him. So in other words, you must go to a spiritually realized person, a bona fide spiritual master. You cannot try to get this knowledge by going to some mundane institution, some school. It's not possible. You understand this point? So that is explained by Krishna also in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, in fact, he asked Arjuna, here he says in Sanskrit, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekhyandite jnanam jnanina tattvadarshinaha. So you must go to a tattvadarshi or self-realized soul. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master, inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. So spiritual subject is on totally different dimension. It is not based on mundane, what do you call that, school or all these things. This cannot. You cannot get transcendental knowledge by going to the so-called mundane school. That's not possible. You have to go to a spiritually realized soul, a self-realized soul, as Krishna is saying here. You follow? It's two different things. And how do you get to a self-realized soul? How? So that was Durapaha. 3. See here in this verse, Durapahai alpa tapasha. You see the word tapasha? Tapasha means what? What does it mean? Tapasha means what? Huh? What? Austerity. So alpa means what? What does alpa mean? Huh? Small, little. Understand? So Durapahai alpa tapasha seva Vaikunta Vatmasu Yatro Pagiyate Nityam Deva 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 Devo Janardanaha. Person whose austerity is meager can hardly obtain the service of a pure devotee who is progressing on the path of the kingdom of God. You see this point? In other words, you have to practice austerity to get the mercy of a pure. You follow? So if you are not going to practice austerity, then you cannot get the mercy of a pure devotee of the Lord. Austerity means what? What does that austerity entail? Austerity will propel us to come to the mode of. And what is this austerity? What is that? What is that austerity? Tell me. What is that austerity? Austerity means to minimize the ahara nitra vayamaituna. Austerity means to minimize the eating. Right? What? Minimize the what? You know eating. Minimize the eating, the what? Sleeping and ahara nidra. Bhaya means what? Fearing. Sometimes it's translated as defense. Unless you are fearing, why you want to defend? Yes? And finally, what is that? Maituna is what? Sex life. So eating, mating, sleeping, defending has to be minimized. That is the meaning of austerity. You follow? If you do not practice this austerity, then what happens? What happens? Nothing happens. What happens? You go to the toilet. What happens when you minimize? What happens? What is that? Verse 5:5 what? 5:5:1. 1 is it? Yes. In this verse you see this. Rishabha Uvacha Nayam Deha Bhajam Nirloke Kasta Kaman Arati Vidbhujame. This, especially this word. You see, Tapo Divyam Putrakayena Sattvam. You saw that? Tapo Divyam Putrakayena Sattvam. You saw that? What does that mean? Tapo Divyam. Tapo means what? Austerity. Divyam means what? Not ordinary austerity. Austerity linked with Krishna consciousness. Are you following? That means you are doing some austerity, like some people they also do austerity on Monday, they fast for Durga and Sunday for Ganesh and like that, there are so many austerities. This kind of austerity is not in the Divyam platform. Understand? Are you following? This austerity is the transcendental. You follow? Something that is associated with Krishna consciousness. You understand? You cannot just simply want to find a girlfriend, you want to do austerity. Or somebody to do austerity to find a good husband. This kind of a... Are you following? Austerity must be associated with spiritual advancement. That is called Divyam. Understand? Tapo Divyam Putra Kahayena Sattvam. Why? Because when you do this austerity, then you will come to the sattvam. What is the sattvam means? Huh? You come to the mode of goodness. Understand? You come to the mode of goodness. Why the mode of goodness is important? Why? Why? Why you must come to the mode of goodness? Austerity must bring you to the mode of why? Why? Huh? Only when you come to goodness, you can start associating with the Supreme Lord. You understand this? You cannot become spiritually advanced if you stay in the mode of passion and ignorance. Are you understanding me? This is explained. We'll just go out of here and come back. This is explained here. You can see. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the three modes of material nature, namely goodness, passion and ignorance, pertain to material intelligence and not to the spirit soul. Are you following? So what you are doing, this so-called study, this, that, all based on material goodness, material passion and material. They have no connection with the spirit soul. By development of material goodness, one can conquer the mode of passion and ignorance. And by cultivation of transcendental goodness, one may free oneself from material goodness. You understand this? This is why we are stressing that you have to wake up in the morning. Huh? Waking up in the morning means what time? What time? What time? Brahma Murta. Understand? If you wake up after that, when the sun has come up, that means you are not spiritually going anywhere. Understand? You are not going anywhere. You follow? That's why it's advised here. You must, if you want to come to the mode of, conquer the mode of material goodness, you must come to transcendental goodness. Only in transcendental goodness one may free oneself even from material goodness. Material goodness is not good enough, You can, because you see so many Indians, especially Brahmins, I see, wow, they follow some diet, vegetarian diet and everything, but they're very puffed up. Yes? Yes or not? No. What? Yeah. Because it conditions them to think that they are so more advanced. Everybody is low class, I am the highest class. You understand this? That's a conditioning. And that's not very good condition because it makes you proud. Pride is never good in spiritual life. You follow? Again, Krishna is explaining the next verse. When the living entity becomes strongly situated in the mode of goodness, then religious principles characterized by devotional service to me become prominent. When one can strengthen the mode of goodness by cultivating those things that are already situated in goodness, and thus religious principles arise. See how it goes. Only by practicing religious principles, and that can only work if you become spiritually what? Strong. And that can only work by practicing austerity. If you don't want to practice any austerity and expect to become a big, God-realized person, something is wrong. Something is wrong? It cannot work. Understand? If someone sleeps through, even this program of sleeping whole week and coming once a week, how much progress you will be making? How much progress you will make? You think? What's that? How much? In fact, the material body, so much, if you do one thing at one time, it will like to repeat that every day, every day, every day. It's very difficult to break that, that statue. Because the body is so good in regulating itself. Actually, this human body is meant for regulation. That's why when you start waking up, let's say, you wake up at 7 o'clock, then your body will always tell you to wake up at 7 o'clock. You follow? You understand? You cannot break that. You didn't think that, no, it's all right, I will try, I can do it. You cannot. You see, many times, everyone fails. But if you practice waking up every day at what? 4:30? Oh, every day you are there. Because the body, it gets used to it. Gets regulated. A symptom of the human body. You understand this point? And when you practice this austerity, then you come to practicing religious principle. Understand this point? Now what happens when you do that? Religious principles strengthened by the mode of goodness destroy the influence of passion and ignorance. When passion and ignorance are overcome, the original cause, irreligion, is quickly vanquished. How systematic it is. This is spoken by who? This is spoken by who? Huh? Who spoke this verse? Who? Who spoke? Nobody. It just appeared. Who spoke these verses? Tell me. Who? This is spoken by Krishna himself. Spoken by who? So if Krishna, I'll show you why Krishna himself. Say here, see that? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Who spoke? Who spoke? Huh? Who? The Supreme Personality of Godhead said. Krishna himself is saying. So if you think you can have another program besides what Krishna is saying, will it work? Will it work? I mean, I'm asking, will it work? Huh? What? Huh? Cannot work. If it cannot work, means you will be contacting the mode of passion and ignorance. And what will happen to your consciousness when you go into the mode of passion and ignorance? What will happen? What will happen? Jai Sri Radha. What will happen when you get contaminated by the mode of passion and ignorance? What happens? What happens? Nothing happens. You develop irreligious principles. What is that? Krishna is saying this now. What is that? Irreligious principle. What is that irreligious principle? Here. Irreligion is quickly vanquished. What is this irreligious principle? They are basically what? Someone who contact the mode of passion and ignorance. You understand? And when you are in the mode of passion and ignorance, forget it. You cannot go to God. Period. You cannot what? You cannot attain God consciousness. Not possible. Understand? You can see here, this is the kind of quality you will get. This is the kind of quality you will get in the mode of passion and ignorance. mode of goodness, you get this mind and sense control, tolerance, discrimination, sticking to one prescribed duty, truthfulness, mercy, careful study of the past and future, satisfaction in any condition, generosity, renunciation of self-gratification, faith in the spiritual master, being embarrassed at improper action, charity, simplicity, humbleness, and satisfaction in oneself, the qualities in the mode of goodness. Now, the next one. You see that? Material desires, great endeavor, audacity, dissatisfaction, even in gain, false pride, praying for material advancement, considering oneself different and better than others, sense gratification, rashness, eagerness to fight, a fondness for hearing oneself praised, the tendency to ridicule others, advertising one's own prowess, and justifying one's actions by one's strength of qualities in the mode of passion. Is all very good quality? This is all very good quality. Tell me. Materially, yeah, it seems to be very good. But isn't it very good? Yeah? And then intolerant, anger, stinginess, speaking without scriptural authority, violent hatred, living as a parasite, hypocrisy, chronic fatigue, quarrel, lamentation, delusion, unhappiness, depression, sleeping too much. Correct? False expectation, fear and laziness constitute the major qualities in the mode of ignorance. Now please hear about the combination of these three modes. Are you following? So this, if you can, if you have this kind of bad qualities, how you can go to God? Can you go? Can you go? You cannot go. So therefore, we have to practice this austerity so that we come to the mode of pure goodness. Understand? Only in the mode of goodness, these qualities, with these qualities, we can approach the Supreme Personality of God. If we do not practice this austerity, then we cannot come to the mode of pure goodness, and that means we live a very miserable life, full of headaches and problems. Full of what? Headaches and problems. There's a word actually. If you cultivate, let me get it out for you. Made to wonder because of fruitive work, the conditioned soul by contact with the mode of goodness takes birth among the sages or demigods. By contact with the mode of passion, it becomes a demon or human being. And by association with the mode of ignorance, it takes birth as a ghost or an animal kingdom. Alright? So if you become the mode of passion and ignorance, where does it lead us to? Actually, there's one verse it says that he falls head down. I think it's 11:25. Head first down to hell. Mode of passion and ignorance. So you see, if we are not serious about it, then the consequence is very, very drastic. Consequence is what? Are you following? This is what will happen. Now, how to practice this austerity? That's the next question. How? Tapasya brahmacharyena. Tapasya. So in the brahmachari life, tapasya is very easy to do because they are not so much polluted and disturbed. You understand? These are verse, was that 6:1? 6:1:13. See here, this is tapasya brahmacharyena samena cha damena cha tyagena satya sauchabhyam yamena niyamena va. To concentrate the mind, one must observe a life of celibacy and not fall down. One must undergo this austerity of voluntarily giving up sense enjoyment. One must then control the mind and senses, give charity, be truthful, clean, and non-violent. Follow the regulative principles and regularly chant the holy name of the Lord. This is the austerity. Understand? This is the what? The austerity, what brahmachari is what life? From what age to what age? What age starts brahmachari life? What age? From the age of 5 to 55. To 25. Yes, from the age of 5 to 25 is brahmachari, 25 to 50 is householder, grahastha, 50 to 75 is vanapras, and 75 that's sannyas. Okay? So you see how we have to practice at the early age of life. You understand? There is a philosophy among the Indians. They say, no, you don't take spiritual life now, you take it when you're old. Understand? This contradicts completely the Vedic philosophy. Here, Durva Maharaj became successful because, what is then? The two, Sunanda and Nanda is saying, you have started practicing austerity at a young age. And we all know he did austerity at what age? Durva Maharaj? 5 years old. You follow? So by doing austerity at 5 years old is easy because it's not disturbed by many things. In fact, for the reason of trying to keep the mind under control, the 4 Kumaras, they never age behind the age of 5. So austerity must be started at an early age. It is not, no, don't worry, you grow old, then you work and then you get job, then only you can do all these things. This is nonsense. Because when you grow older, it will become influenced by the material senses and it becomes very difficult to control the mind. Understand this point? Is it clear? And brahmachari stays where? Where does the brahmachari stay? Where? Brahmachari stays where? Where does he stay? What is that word? 7, 12, 1. See how the brahmachari must stay where? See Narada Vacha. Who is saying? Who is Narada Muni? He is what? Grahastha. Who is Narada Muni? Narada Muni is what? Topmost brahmachari. What? He is the what? And he is saying, brahmachari gurukule. So if you want to practice brahmacharya, you must go to the guru's ashram. You follow? You cannot practice this by sitting at home. That's not possible. It is not. It is not possible at all. Does it say that you can sit at home and do it? Does it say that? Huh? Did he say that? Why? Because to practice this vasandanto guruhitam, achan dasava nicho, gro sudrida sautada. Narada Muni said, a student should practice completely controlling his senses. He should be submissive and should have an attitude of firm friendship for the spiritual master. With a great vow, the brahmachari should live at Gurukula only for the benefit of the Guru. This is how the standard. It is not meant for becoming a big scholar or it is mainly for character reformation. Understand? This is not to bring you make you a big pandit or become what? A big vidwan or this or that. No. The idea is to make you a what? A person who has firm control of his senses and his mind. Understand? That's the idea. Just now we read brahmachari, samena dhamena va. Samena and dhamena means what? Sama means control of the senses. Dhamena, controlling of the mind. These are two important things. Mind control and sense control cannot take place if we do not practice austerity. Austerity is meant to curb the sense and the mind control. If we do not practice austerity, then it's not possible to control the mind and senses. And that's why you see today, many of the people are, shooting drugs, taking, what is that? What are they doing? Shooting drugs, alcohol, illicit sex, or you name it. Everything they're doing is sinful. And they're starting at a young age. They're training in this way. Where they're getting this training? In school, so-called school. So-called schools are teaching them how to go to heaven. School is teaching them how to go. What kind of school is that? What kind of school is that? So therefore, the whole system has become messed up. The idea of this education is to bring upright citizens. Citizens who are what? Not a social problem. You understand? So if the society goes into the mode of passion and ignorance, then social problem will increase unlimitedly. I saw Philippines, I saw Rio de Janeiro, I saw videos. So many street children. And what they do? Stealing, robbing, killing, name it. Would you like to sit in such a place? Would you like to be in such a place? Vanna Sankara Vijayate Arjuna said that. What? Unwanted progeny. So all this can be curbed if a person is trained to practice austerity at an early age with the help of a bona fide spiritual organization whereby he is trained. What is that? Narada Muni also said? No, Prahlad Maharaj said. Kaumaram acharat pragyo. Bhagavad Dharma iha. Training in this. Bhagavad Dharma cannot be learned by sitting at home. It's not possible. It's not possible. You cannot just buy this book and start reading and becoming a big spiritual. That's not possible. You have to come to the temple, take association, wake up in the morning. What? That's the first thing, waking up in the morning. If you do not wake up in the morning, then everything is finished. Everything is what? You will not get spiritual strength. It is not possible. This is Mangala Arati is very important. Prabhupada said if you do not practice this morning program, then you cannot make any spiritual advancement. Not only Prabhupada said, Krishna also said, right? If you want to get transcendental knowledge, you must practice devotional service. Devotional service means morning program. That is standard. Our morning program is what? standard starts at what time? Huh? Right up to the class. That's the morning prayer. If you don't want to participate in this, then you're going to be affected by the mode of passion and ignorance. And when you get into mode of passion and ignorance, you will be disinterested in spiritual life. You will not be having any enthusiasm. Your consciousness will be very much polluted. Understand? And instead of seeing the temple, the devotees, and becoming enthused, you will want to see them as enemies. You want to see the devotees as what? Enemies. You want to see the temple as what? Some drudgery. This is how your mind will work. You will become what? Averse. Not favorable. You follow? You see a devotee, this devotee is always speaking on me. You understand? This man, this rascal. This is how your mind starts working, because it's contaminated by the mode of what? Passion and ignorance. Always fault finding. You understand? So when we get into this consciousness, we start becoming offensive. When we offend the devotee, then what happens? What happens? And fall down. Spiritually, we become what? Dead. Fall down. Finish. And is interested in spiritual life. You don't want to do it. You think it is, I've done it before. I know already. I know. There's another illusion. Maya makes you think. I know. Enough. I did my part. Spiritual life is not that you did your part. You have to do it every day. That's why here, Guru Maharaj, he said, because you did this austerity at a young age, you become successful. You follow? It's unfailing. Every day. Not that I did sometime and that's it, finish. Now I have to do something else. No. Spiritual life starts at the early age so that you get regulated. You understand? Waking up in the morning. If you wake up every day in the morning, you get habituated. Then you won't be interested in sleeping. You won't like that program. Understand? This is important. If we do not want to practice this austerity, that means spiritually we are trying to become defunct. Spiritually we want to become what? Defunct. No success. I have never seen anybody who does not practice this morning program and have become strong spiritually. That I have not seen that. I have not witnessed that. In fact, in the areas that I go, wherever I see that this morning program is lacking, I see the place is full of quarreling and fighting only. Only what is there? Quarreling and fighting. You understand? And another big important thing, eating contaminated food. Eating, if you do these things, spiritually you're digging yourself as, material grave. Finish. But nothing is lost. Nevertheless, if you somehow or other can accept this, associate with the devotees, come back to the temple, attend the morning program very quickly. Janatu Asu Bhagavate, what is that? Vasudeve Bhagavati, what is that? One. See here. Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yogo Prayojita Janatu Asu Vairagyam Jnanam Chaha to come. See this? By rendering devotional service unto the personality of Goddess Sri Krishna, one immediately acquires costless knowledge and detachment from the world. This is a very transcendental subject. If somehow or other you begin again to take up the process, associating with devotees, start chanting and everything, immediately you come up to the transcendental thing. This is immediate. Asu. Asu means very quickly. You understand? If we have any problem with us, it means that we're becoming contaminated. Mode of passion means it brings what? Miseries. When that word? Passion brings what? Miseries. Hmm? I think it's 14. 14 Mode of passion subject to miseries. I think it's 11:25 also. Show you. Hmm, 17. See here, the result of pious action is pure and is said to be in the mode of goodness. But action done in the mode of passion result in misery. Action performed in the mode of ignorance result in foolishness. So if you want to be miserable, then this is the path. Just go this way. Sleep, eat nonsense, don't chant, don't do nothing. Then why you will not get miserable? Huh? Why you will not get problem? Yes? Yes or no? Huh? Yes? Learned person dedicated to Vedic culture elevated to the mode of goodness to higher and higher position. The mode of ignorance, on the other hand, forces one to fall headfirst into lower and lower birth. And by the mode of passion, one continues transmigrating to human bodies. So that? Huh? So please try to understand that we are not trying to force you or this or that. It is actually what they say mandatory. What's the word? Huh? It is mandatory rule that you have to practice austerity to come out of this mess that we're already in. You understand? We are what? We are messed up. We are trying to materially, all this thing that we are doing is so much geared up to what? To get us materially going. But that is not the solution. You take up the spiritual program as Krishna says, Ananyaya Chintayanto Mam Ye Jana Prayupasate. Huh? What is that? Yogacham. If you practice the spiritual life, automatically I will what? Take care of your needs. Now we are all so geared up that no, it's me, it's I. Problem. So we are not interested in putting spiritual program first, and we're going to have a big headache. We're going to have a big headache. Big problem. Because material education is very atheistic, very secular, they say. Secular means what? Secular means what? Atheistic. And if you learn atheism, what will be your product? What will be your product? You will lose faith. You lose what? Faith. There's even big people in India, so-called leaders. I don't believe there was such a personality as Krishna. I don't think there was such a person like Krishna. So-called leaders. How they come to this conclusion? Because of atheism. You follow? And if we become atheistic, the punishment in hell is the worst. If you become atheistic, the punishment in hellish planet is the worst. So try to avoid this danger. Please take up a little seriously. All is nothing much. You wake up. Even if you go to bed early, you will wake up early naturally. Yes? Huh? And then chant. Simple thing. Does it require much money and energy for this? Huh? Chant. Associate. See the Lord. By constantly seeing the Lord, That's why just now we read the verse. What's his name? Dhruva Maharaj. By constantly meditating on the Lord, he became so purified that he came to the transcendental platform. Constantly meditating. How you meditate? Service? Yes? Unless you're seeing the Lord all the time, how you can constantly think of Him? That's not possible. Yes? Yes or no? So Dhruva Maharaj's life is successful by a simple program. He practiced austerity, he meditated on the Lord constantly, he became a devotee, and he went back home to Godhead. So, it is not some myth, some fairy tale. No, it's a fact. And there's a planet called Dhruva Loka also. He went there, Dhruva. Also. All this is achieved simply by practicing some austerity to love the Supreme Personality. That's all, nothing more. Anything else? Anything else? Any questions? Low battery. What? Huh? Someone asking a question? Alright, we stop here then. Grantaraj.